Hey guys, welcome to my new video. In this video we are going to watch the most awaited match of this season. Is gonna be Falcon APBren going against Liquid Echo, and they have a great past rivalry. So without further delay, let's start with the match.
Melee ranged mid might work because look, they send him home early.
Yep, I think, a lot of it comes with a bit of sacrifice. Yes, you have some good CC, you're a big toolbox as a mid laner, but more importantly, in the earlier stages, you're not going to have a lot of control over that mid lane.
Yep. And that's trouble for Kyletzy and Owgwen. Look at that. Kyletzy struggling to get the farm up, going quickly, going from the purple down to that small camp all the way, while again, Owgwen sent home too. I think they're just taking shifts.
Yep, I mean, that's the beauty of it all, right? I mean, if Pheww dies here, then it's going to be a lot of trouble for the rest of the team. I'm expecting Liquid to try and play around that priority, so that's why we see that the side laners from FCAP being very, very aggressive whenever Kyle is nearby.
Yep, Kyle here just taking that crab, checking if Bennyqt is free for the taken. Jaypee watching out for the flank. All right, that's the gold lane situation. I think Marco's doing well. Up top, how about that? Flap versus Sanji. Sanford, rather.
Yeah, this is going to be a little interesting, right? Because Sanford, especially when you're Paquito into Terizla, generally Terizla can control this lane clear much faster than you in the earlier stages of the game. And then once you start rolling around mid, it's a bit of a toss-up, right? It's all off of that very first turtle, who's walking away with more gold at the end of it.
Now it's spawning in just a few seconds. Kyletzy can make his way there. That is Karltzy as well, making a beeline, rushing his way with Sanji right next to him. And I think Pheww is trying to get to level 4. Not that he needs it, but I think that just the scaling of his skills will help.
Oh, absolutely, right? I mean, he needs to make sure that Flaptzy is also, like, in control of this lane. More importantly, at least they do deny this.
Kyle is attempting Grand Theft Purple. He does get it, trading out for the turtle. Karltzy secures. Owgwen at less than half health. That's a non-starter. Neither team drawing first blood just yet.
I'm thinking whether Karl actually wants to go for the invade, but it looks like they're not going to do it. That's going to be one potential camp that they could fight later down the line. But at the same time, right, both Owgwen and as well as Pheww making sure that they're sticking together because, again, not a lot of wave clear in the mid lane, allowing TLPH to make that first rotation.
And a lot of those rotations are ending up in bottom. Whether you like it or not, there's a brewing fight there. There has been for the past couple of minutes. It's just neither team are looking to engage. Jaypee taking the long bush. I think Owgwen is all the more aware. Neither want to pull the trigger first. Oh, here we go. Karltzy inside FCAP's jungle. Kyle goes ahead, pulls the retry, and he's swinging away. They both let go. Oh, here comes Flaptzy, jumping in with the penalty zone. Tempest the blades up. Karltzy, heavy spin, trying to survive. Kyletzy at a third of his health as well. Karltzy barely standing. Either of my kids draw first blood.
It's unfortunate. Sanford, Jaypee, and Sanji were trying to figure out where exactly he's going to exit through the jungle. And that's the meaning of having priority. I mean, great job on Karltzy winning out on that red tree, allowing him to extend the timer for how long that purple buff is going to stick on him. Liquid Echo have to play a little slower because Kyle, he's a menace. Look at him.
Jaypee missing the combo as Kyletzy just dancing on through, looking to take this little wanderer. Ends up spending retribution. Pheww very low. Sanji with the feather strike. Jaypee popping the primordial wrath. No one home. Liquid Echo struggling to find any conversions here 4 minutes in.
And even for Supermarco, he's honestly doing a really good job trading against Bennyqt down in this lane. We'll double check on how much gold has been distributed because we did see a couple of river crabs going over to Benny's side. Now, 7 seconds left, right? Next turtle is going to start spawning. I think Liquid Echo really need to think about how exactly they're going to attack the map. They can't just focus on Kyle. And yes, you want to be able to relieve pressure from Bennyqt, but sacrifices need to be made.
All right. Luckily, it was Liquid Echo who secured the first turtle. So they have that economic advantage, and that's what keeps this gold lead relatively close. Falcon's APBren barely about 600, 800 ahead. Sanford catches a face full of a Pheww's combo, and Flaptzy and Owgwen pulling turtle over their side. 1v1 between Pheww and Sanford, putting Sanford about a third of his health. Oh, wow. Flaptzy acting as the enforcer, keeping Karltzy at bay.
They're going to be rotating around here. Oh, even Feather Airstrike commitment?
That's a huge skill spent by Sanji. Oh. With no one Fury forcing Sanji to flicker back out. Kyletzy secures the turtle. Coming in, jumping through the walls. Karl takes it out on Owgwen. That's one down for Falcon's APBren. Now Sanford looking to knock out the Filipino cannon. In comes Jaypee, the flicker out from Flap. Pheww still dueling with Jaypee. In comes the kill. That's two down for Falcon's APBren. Jaypee still up. Kyletzy takes him out. Pheww takes out Sanford. Huge trades, delayed wins for the Falcons, but Liquid Echo left reeling.
Oh boy, what a trade. What an extended fight this is. And it's not over yet.
Sanji! Tempest ablaze!
No!
They know his flicker was spent!
They calculated every moment. These battle spells are such a big indicator of who they want to punish, right? You overextend, you want to keep up with them. You want to make sure that they're always creeping on their leads. Let's look at this replay one more time, right? Because after the Minoan Fury, this is starting to look like an awkward situation. Sanford's realizing, hold on, we got to wait for Pheww to start throwing out those abilities. Once this Julian doesn't have anything left, that's when we go in.
Falcons APBren really made the most of the few bodies they had. If I'm not mistaken, Liquid Echo, for the most part of that short, maybe 30-40 second engagement, had the numbers advantage.
They did, but let's pull it back for a second, because now that we're looking at the goal, we can see the real economic difference. Hold up, wow, okay. Trying to dive Supermarco like that. Hey, the bulletproof vest still on.
Yep. Has yet to die, but also has yet to take any kills. For the past 6.5 minutes, gold lane has been relatively mum. Now, checking on the items here, that is just 200 between Bennyqt and Supermarco.
Well, considering everything, that's actually not too bad. The biggest lead that we are seeing is between the... Oh, boy.
40, dodges it, still alive, gets a knockout punch.
Oh,
Karltzy's down. Sanford gets the KO, outplaying Kyletzy.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. He was stutter stepping in the wrong directions, thinking that, like, hopefully, am I still on the wall? Wait.
Pheww catches a couple of volleys from Sanji's feathered airstrike, lets him go. Now the turtle fight.
Yep, they're gonna have to take their time here. We're still waiting for that Minoan Fury. Oh!
The onward by Jaypee, forced to use a primal wrath. Flaptzy hammering away. Bennyqt hitting that turtle to secure by Liquid Echo. Karltzy with a heavy spin.
It's great. It's looking so good for now, but they back away. Now, with Karltzy, he's timing. Oh!
Oh, Sanford! Oh! Dashing through the iframe, keeping him up.
No!
And now Karltzy looking for the punish. Tempest ablaze into the sky. Finally. Karltzy gets 1 over 40.
I'm telling you, this game is just taking your breath away, brother. This is one of those where every single crumb is going to be fought for. And so far, Kyletzy having the biggest lead in the game. Before we get into our next fight, this tier 1 should fall, and hopefully TLPH, they back off. They've already expanded so many resources.
Multiple wins for Liquid Echo down bottom. Forced the flicker out of Supermarco. Took the tier 1 anyways. And here's another look at that 1v1.
Oh, so beautiful, right? Like Sanford, he's thinking about the many different angles that he can go through. But the worst part about it is that if you have iframes, it's hard to land the heavy left hand to give you that extra shield. He would have loved the extra movement speed, but without that shield, he just pops.
Yep, couldn't have his cake and eat it too. He can only really move out of the way or get the shield and then maybe fight a little bit more to get some backup or maybe even kill the Ling. But now, oh no, Pheww! The iframe out of the dash! Survives that 2v1. Now in comes Kyletzy again. How about it? Kyle versus 40. Chapter 3, they're backing out.
All right. The trilogy isn't done just yet. Kyle might still go for this, but I think for the most part, Sanji has got him covered.
Ooh, looking to burst down that Farsa, but no, Kyle's gonna end up taking tier 1.
Yeah, like Kyle he's so strong right now. He's so far ahead of the game in comparison to Karltzy, but it's all about decisive action, like I said at the very beginning of the game, right? Despite Liquid Echo, oh, we're losing out on a couple of trades. The gold lead isn't too far. They've gotten 2 turtles. They're basically trading 1 for 1 when it comes down to turns. And even during the items, right, we now are seeing Liquid Echo putting respect on FCAP's name. I'm seeing, at the very least, making sure that they've got Feather already. Wait, sorry, not even Feather. Sorry, Blood Wings coming in from Sanji to keep himself alive.
Yep, and going between the low econ heroes, Frederick was right. He mentioned that the Terizla, despite being relatively low gains. Oh no! Jaypee come in, the flicker combo. Feather strike from Sanji. They cancel through. Down goes Bennyqt. Marco gets his head. Sanji down as well. Karltzy diving into the back line, finding him. 40 looking to flank him as well. Finds no one. Now he's the hunted. Owgwen healing them up. 40 says let's regroup. This is not a good fight to take. And that leaves Kyletzy's purple up for them to savor. What a snap!
That's what you need to see. Decisive action time and time again. And it looks like Falcon's APBren, they're also looking at least looking for a timing on these waves. Before that Lord spawns, we need to start taking them out.
And looks like Falcon's APBren looking to blitz it. 40 here at a third of his health. Jaypee in the same situation. Oh wow, 3 big bodies put up between the major objective, and Falcon's APBren. Karltzy can still get this. The penalty zone coming in. The SOD, no one home. Jaypee taken out. Flaptzy traded for. That's another one. Supermarco taken out by Kyletzy. And there's a big knockup. I mean, no one Fury. Sanford's down. 3 for 2. But the major objective scored by Falcon's APBren. All this while, Benny was just working up top.
He's just farming. He's just getting that compound interest when you leave him alone in a lane, man. You can hear the money just dropping on the floor. Next tower falls. That's not too bad. But now the mid-tier 1 falls for Liquid Echo, and that's where all the problems are going to start beginning, right? Invades are going to be more prominent for Kyletzy, even honestly with this with this considerable lead. 9,000 gold on him alone. But when we look at the damage dealt, you can see that Sanji, again, with less items, less econ, less gold, is still having some relevant numbers.
Which is the allegory of this whole situation. Liquid Echo, the more aggressive team. If you try to take out Sanji, you still have Bennyqt and Sanford to deal with. That's not a clear go at a team fight because there's so many damage sources for Liquid Echo. So with that said, Falcon's APBren are playing the map. A huge push up top, in mid, down bottom. Kyletzy did leave that there. Now Karltzy. He has a big question to answer, like, who do I hit with a heavy spin? He's only been using it to disperse, really.
Pretty much. I think he's been also just holding it for as long as possible during these turtle fights as well. I mean even the Lord fight, he basically wasn't even there, so I can't even say just yet. But now, with the Guardian's helmet, that's going to keep him alive a little bit longer. However, Falcon's APBren, at this point of time, right, after the Lord push, really good punish, right? You found 2 kills, you got the Lord, but now you've gotten every single outer turret. You can see now there's a much clearer lead for Falcon's APBren. 5,000 gold, now looking to extend it to at least 6 or 7 if they don't lose the next fight.
Yep, the biggest so far in this 12-minute bout. Now the purple in jeopardy for Liquid Echo. Are they going to try to save this for them? Owgwen coming in through the line of fire, does survive with a motivation roar, and Falcon's APBren just going to be happy with playing footsies.
I think at this point in time, that motivation roar, especially, oh yeah, he's already got the flash as well as the favor. He's going to be topping up his teammates really, really easily, allowing Falcon's APBren to continuously go back to the fight.
And himself too, he has the Oracle. So he can take maybe a few hits, maybe a few volleys from Sanji's Feathered Airstrike, and still be there for that delayed Minoan Fury. I think that's been a key in their success so far, by pulling the trigger very, very late.
Oh, speaking of pulling the trigger here, that's going to be a penalty zone gone.
No one home, hits the buff barely. I wonder what Flaptzy was thinking.
I think Flaptzy was like, if I happen to clip him, we go. If nothing, we just back away. There's a lot of disengage mechanics.
Yeah, which makes sense. If that was an all-in, he would have done the animation cancel flicker, because it's still up. So maybe he was just baiting something out from Liquid Echo. The cavalry did not bite.
I mean, they gotta tickle him somehow, right? Especially when you're going for these coin flips. This is a relatively safe coin flip.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, right? Just to get a little bit of a and get a reaction out of them. But still, stone cold from the side of Liquid Echo. If there's any momentum that they have to generate, it's first figuring out a way to lock Kyletzy down and then bait Supermarco in. All of this on condition, though. Owgwen and Flaptzy have just been absolute brick walls.
Lord Dance already upon us. Karltzy and Jaypee showing themselves. The rest of Liquid Echo making themselves scarce. Owgwen spots a couple more. Karltzy working on his purple, and Jaypee holding his ground here at the Y brush.
They're going to take their time with this again. This is the calm before the storm. The waves are pushing in. It's not in the favor of Liquid Echo. They've got to do their housekeeping while Falcons continue to somewhat play this dance. They don't want to overextend here walking into that Y brush, but now that they know where Karltzy is, that's a lot of relief.
That's right. I wonder if they know where Sanji is too, and Bennyqt. Sanford just barely making his way to the fight. Owgwen catches a few hits. The Sanji already spent up. Taps the blades up. Down goes the Farsa. Minoan Fury into the back line. Bennyqt spearing away for his life. Kyletzy gonna be kiting through. Pheww catches Sanford, puts him down to less than half health. Same situation for Jaypee. Jaypee coming in, Earth Shatter, and onward. No one home. They let go of the conceal by Jaypee. Gonna try to relocate. Caught by Pheww. Flickering back. Ho ho! Caught in, and there's a jump by Marco. Gets caught into the wall. They need to kite through. In comes a penalty zone.
He's hit hard, and now they're jumping forward. Supermarco on Sanford.
Oh, he finds one and another. 2 free kills for Falcon's APBren. Karltzy in trouble. Not before he takes out Kyletzy. Tzy's on the ground. Jaypee and Sanji, the only ones left. They're gonna crack right through. The inhibitor of the base is exposed.
15 minutes into this game, and the crystal is under threat.
Oh, Sanji gonna throw them out. Can he? There's a wave. The Minoan Fury spent in. They gotta respect the firepower. There's no wave in mid.
I mean, 13 seconds on Bennyqt and Sanford. Can he hold? He's gonna try. Penalty zone's out.
They force it through. They're gonna force it through the brute force damage of Falcon's AP.
Whoa, what a match it was. That was it for game number 1 where Falcon APBren won against Eco, and let's see what happens in the next match.